Yes, then, boys, we're back again for episode 5.
Yes, we are.
Yes. How we getting on then, boys? We're feeling good.
Yeah, nervous, mate. Liverpool play tonight, don't they? So,
oh shit, yeah. What score prediction?
I'm hoping I'd take a 1-0 boring away from home win. To be honest,
not much chance of that, is there?
I think you need it, especially after Arsenal's win yesterday. I think your prediction last week, mate, was bang on, wasn't it? You had a bit of a tussle for 7th with Arsenal.
7th, about 9th in it or something like that.
Yeah, 10th, I think.
Can you imagine if you literally just struggle to even slope it? I mean, you won't, will you? You'll literally turn it round, guaranteed.
Well, we've got Nat Maldini in at centre back these days, isn't we? So he's obviously off his head.
The guy looks about 50. Never been a youth player.
You can tell that all he does is head footballs all the time. He doesn't look the sharpest tool in the shed, does he?
The top of his hair skimmed off, hasn't it, from heading the ball?
But yeah, he's some player. Yeah, he's doing right for you. Shuggy, how are you getting on, mate? How are you feeling?
Yeah, good, mate. Absolutely popping my little titties off to reach 1,000 followers on Instagram this week.
It was mad, weren't it, at the weekend? To be fair, absolutely madness.
You notice how when Fulham get a bad result, I don't want to recap the weekend. I'll just divert into Instagram instead.
Well, I mean, it was a given, weren't it? It was yeah, actually. He's been waiting for this all weekend. He's been waiting.
Because Liverpool couldn't do it, so he's waited for their big brother Man City to do it for him.
yeah, pretty much, mate.
The new arch nemesis. But yeah, while we're on the subject, everyone watching this, obviously, by now I'm assuming you already follow us on Instagram. 1,000 followers this weekend, boys. So that's absolutely fantastic. Bloody brilliant. We really appreciate it. And you've just every week, episode 5, every week we've got bigger and bigger. And essentially, it weren't originally the idea to get up and running on Instagram. It was just like a side thing to get the YouTube up and running. But it's worked out really well for us. But following what we said, we put a little poll up about the giveaway reaching 1,000 followers, and Shuggy's looking away from the camera because he knows he's got away with it. He will well and truly be firmly keeping his top on, boys and girls. Some of you as well. Some of you are going to be happy about that, but some of you out there are going to be disappointed. But I'll leave that to him in
comment below.
Comment below. Yeah, we're going to be doing a giveaway. That leads us on to a bit of a news we've got as well. We'll cover the giveaway details just after, but a little shout out to our first ever channel sponsor. It's massive, boys. We've just been talking about it, ain't we? But classicfootballshirts.com have stepped forward and seen our material, our content, and they like what they see. And if you see any of the classic shirts that you like on this episode, you can go over to their website, type in the word, I've done it, PATV at the checkout, and you can get 10% off any purchase at classicfootballshirts.com. The link is going to be in the description as well. And we get used to it because we're going to be absolutely throwing it at you on a weekly basis.
Jeez! It's potentially massive.
It's huge. Yeah, I mean, they're a massive company, lads, aren't they? World's biggest collection of football shirts online. We never dreamt of having a company like that wanting to be involved in this. We didn't ask, but they wanted to be involved, and it's massive, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, I'm going to be rinsing that, to be fair, because I love a classic shirt, mate. I need to build my collection up.
The way you got to look at it is every 10 shirts you buy, you get one free.
Oh. And when I tell my missus that's exactly how I'm going to justify it as well.
Literally, it's like a reward system. Get a stamp.
She's going to say, "You still don't need 10 more shirts, though." And I'm going to be like, "Well, I'll just have to do what I normally do and wait till she goes out and just go around the back and wait for the postman and just intercept." Do you know what I mean?
On the delivery notes, any additional instructions? Meet me down the side of the house.
Like a little seedy transaction of goods. But yeah,
Tom Dobbo's there with his bag. Have a look in here.
Tom fucking Dobbo in his bag of boots. But yeah, boys, it's like again, if you're new around here, like and subscribe.
Done the voice again.
Done it again.
There's a new sheriff in town.
No, yeehaw. Yeah, we massively appreciate it. If we carry on,
we can
going like
segue. We segue quite well into the episode with that as well, because this week's episode is. Oh, I thought you were going to say it.
I thought I was waiting for you to just rock it out.
No.
Carry on with the thing.
I was going to steal it, to be fair, but I just looked at both of you just like, hey, either of you? No?
That's like us on a Sunday morning where the ball's bouncing and all three of us are like, he'll deal with it. Bang, straight in the back of our net.
That's not going to make the final anyway, just so you know. That's going to be definitely smoothed out. We'll see what we can do with that. But yeah, believe it or not as well, that news does not at all. It's completely coincidental that has happened this week, by the way. Like, this was something we thought about a few weeks ago. So it's weird. But yeah, this week, classic football shirts, boys. This has been hard, ain't it?
Yeah.
I've lost sleep. They literally, I put it out there in a week. I could have literally made a list of about 30 of the greatest shirts I've ever seen, or ones I like. And as a disclaimer, before everyone starts kicking off in the comments, oh, that's not the greatest shirt of all time. This isn't the rule. This isn't the top 10 or the top 5. This is just our personal IMO. Yeah, it's our own opinions. And that's all it is. So leave the hate.
It's all well and good. It's all well and good. But I pray that you never say IMO out loud again. That's never had any place outside of a text.
Oh,
jeez.
That's like my mum trying to say emojis.
Them IMOs. They were called. Remember back in the day when they were called emoticons on MSN Messenger? They weren't even emoji.
That's a whole episode. MSN Messenger.
Oh my days.
When you used to nudge people to get their attention.
Oh, the whole screen went.
Can I put your name in my title, my bio? No, I've never spoken to you before in my life. But yeah, emoticons. Wow, what a throwback.
Let's jump in. Let's jump in, boys.
We're going off on a
yeah, they don't want to hear us talk about MSN Messenger and everything that went down on those webcams back in the day. Let's what we got. We're going with you first, Sean. What you got for us?
Can to can ? Yeah. Let's go to. Shall I jump to go first?
Well, if you want to, mate.
You're laughing, but you know that you said that a lot of the time. Am I right?
What about you going first?
Can. No, let's go first. Yeah, my number 5, mate. Come on, let's go. Let's go in hot.
Boom.
Cheese.
Gee whizzums.
I mean,
what we got here?
So, 1994 Club America home shirt. Now, you can take this down or you can leave it up. Personally, I think you need to leave it up as long as possible, because this right here, boys and girls, is, if you're a Club America fan, if you're watching this and you're a Club America fan, I feel for you. I'm jealous of you, because every season you will have an absolute banger. You can, in fact, over the top of this, I'm going to put a picture of the current Club America shirt up, and you'll see that they just bring out banger after banger every year. This, for me, is possibly, could have been number 1. But my top 5 is that strong that every one of my top 5 could have been number 1. Made by Adidas. It was a classic Adidas template as well from the early 90s. It's just an absolute madders, boys. What you saying?
I'm not going to lie. It's probably I can't recall ever seeing it before. I think it's a bit before my time. I mean, I was only 1 when that was going on, and but it's nice. I'm looking at it now. It's my first time seeing it, and I love a sponsor that goes well with a shirt, and that Coca-Cola just pops nicely on there, don't it?
I'm glad you've mentioned that, because a sponsor, in my opinion, can make or break a shirt. Like some of the most iconic football shirts, in history have been a lot of the time down to a very good sponsor. Like, I still think back to a sponsor now. There we go. Look, dropped. I still think back to a lot of classics like into shirts, but that's another story. Get this down. Let's move on.
We're moving on.
Though. Yeah, let's move on. What a shirt!
Right, I've removed all the banners. By the way, I tried to subtly do that halfway through because we were covering up the name. So yeah, but that looks a lot better now.
Let's everyone bask in the glory.
Absolutely. Do you want me to jump in? I'll
please, mate.
This is what I've gone with. Number 5. Gone with AC Milan home 2006-07. There's no specific reason or that like rhyme or reason why I like this. It's just a good looking shirt, isn't it? I mean, at that time as well, they won the Champions League in it 2-1 against Liverpool after obviously 2 years after the Miracle of Istanbul. You got players in it like Kaká, Gattuso, Pirlo, Ronaldo 9, Sado. It was just a great team, a great looking shirt, and look at it in long sleeve as well. Like I love a good long sleeve shirt, aesthetically pleasing.
A long sleeve shirt is an absolute dying breed, and I don't like to say it, but it is a dying breed. What a specimen a long sleeve shirt is. Unpopular now,
I think
for some reason.
It was that season where they had the gold numbers as well, and it just looked unreal. But yeah, very nice shirt, very very nice.
This shirt reminds me of Clarence Seedorf.
Yeah, Seedorf as well in goal. I don't know if I was mentioned earlier. Dida in goal as well. What a guy that was! Not a bad shot stopper, was he? Yeah.
When I think of Dida, I just think of that Milan derby when he got hit by a firework and he hit the deck. Can you remember that? That flare come down, hit him, and he just it happened.
I've never seen that.
Yeah, so it was in the San Siro because obviously, they still share it, don't they? But a flare got thrown from the terrace and it hit him square in the face and the shoulder, and he hit the deck. And I'm sure it was this season, that 2006 season. It was in. I think it might have even been a Champions League game as well. I'm sure it was.
Well, he got the final laugh, didn't he? If it was, because they lifted the Champions League that year. So
Wikipedia's paying off for you there, mate, isn't it?
Nah, I ain't got Wikipedia open. It's all up here, mate. I know you can't see me, but it's all up here. Right, to be fair, I don't know. I'll put it back up because we'll move swiftly on. So, Boydie, at number 5, you have got.
So my number 5 is the Mexico 1998 home shirt, World Cup. What a shirt! I mean, I don't know too many facts about it, but look at it. It speaks for itself, doesn't it? Aztec.
Delightful. It's a little bit. It's almost too jazzy.
It can't be too jazzy, mate. It's a 90s shirt.
I love it. I love a jazzy number, but there's a little fact behind this, and not many people will notice it. But when they wore this in the World Cup '98, it was slightly different trim on the sleeves. And don't ask me how I know, but the Aztec vibe carried on around the trim. And I'll put a picture up now, and you'll see. And it also had the word Mexico in the middle as a central detail, which is a little kit geek thing that you might know or not.
Yeah, I love it how you're saying, I don't know how I know. Like you weren't like 20 years old at that World Cup.
Oh, here he is. Here he is. He's gone in. That was my first World Cup, France '98, and
it's the first one I remember anyway.
Yeah. To be fair, I only remember watching the England games, and I remember that Bergkamp goal against Argentina. And was it the quarters?
Yeah.
Was it the quarters or the semis?
Yeah, because it was just after they'd knocked us out. No, it was the semi-finals, weren't it?
Semi-finals. Yeah, what a shirt! Great, that's a great shout from you, but I love a jazzy number. And ABBA Sports, I don't even think they exist anymore. I wish they did, because that's a banger. No.
Yeah.
It's a banger.
Right.
Very, very
already round one's over.
Well. I mean, I think who wins that? Who wins that round? In fact, comment below who wins that round.
I think poll might be the way forward here, because judging by previous episodes, we'll never be able to agree on a winner. So
yeah, we could argue this for hours, couldn't we?
Amongst ourselves, though, what we saying out of them three, I mean, we can begrudgingly admit defeat, can't we?
I think if it's not the Milan one, I think Mexico just shaves it.
I'd probably agree. I would personally put America for a second, but when you pulled up that Milan shirt, I'm Inter. I've always been Inter.
The issue that I'm going to face all the way through this episode is I didn't get into football till 2003 properly, so I'm like, it's going to give it a nice bit of like texture to the episode because you're going to get like a bigger span. But to me, like a lot of the shirts you boys are going to pull up, it's going to be news to me. So I'm looking forward. Like every day's a school day, right?
Exactly right, mate.
Which, to be fair, Sean, I'm looking at what you've pulled up next. Talk me through this.
Oh, mate.
I mean, okay, I can't wax lyrical enough about this. I'm not going to call it a shirt; it's a jersey. So,
did they try and play in a vest?
They did.
Basically, 2002 Cameroon banned home jersey. They wore this in the African Cup of Nations in 2001. I believe they won it as well. And they went to FIFA, inputted entered the kit for what they're going to be wearing, and they said, no, you're not wearing that. We're not wearing a sleeveless jersey. So they said, well, hang on a minute. We've already manufactured, we've sold it. And FIFA said, we're going to have to sort something out. So what they did, they actually attached like elastic sleeves onto the inner of the vest, and they actually performed at that World Cup with that jersey, but with like temporary back sleeves underneath, like an Under Armour. But yeah, my love for this. Yeah, my love for this. Yeah, probably pretty much actually. My love for this top is unlimited, mate. I absolutely love this shirt. And it's
if it's unlimited, I would. Why is it not further up on your ranking then? What knocked it down to 4?
Because, like I said before, my top 5, they could all have been number 1 for me. This was tough. My top 5 are basically all on equal part.
What you got to remember, Sug, is that when we set this as an episode, it was like throwing Sean into a candy shop as a kid.
You ain't talking 50 Cent.
No.
There's no lollipops around here, mate. That's for sure. There's no lollipops. Yeah. Yeah, no, this is my number 4. Again, could have quite easily been number 1, but I actually bought this last summer, and I forgot that they come in ridiculously small sizes. I got a large, and it
here he goes.
I felt like a sausage, mate. Honestly, I felt like a sausage. It was packed, I was packed into it. I was like, Paul,
I'm so hench. I just couldn't get
no,
it.
Mate. Oh, it was awful. It was disgusting. You probably, in fact, I wore it for training once, and I think you've probably seen it and must have thought, what's he done?
And there's no one commented.
No one ever mentioned it.
Carrying on with the World Cup 2002 vibe, I've gone with this at number 4. Simply
good memories, boys.
Yeah, for me, this is my first proper memories of England. I mean, I remember parts of the '98 World Cup, but what would I have been? 5? I want to say 5, but I weren't really old enough to understand what was going on. This is the World Cup I remember. Beckham in this shirt. I mean, enough said, really. Michael Owen was doing absolute bits as well. And I think, was it quarterfinals against Brazil? And obviously it was in Korea, the World Cup. So the games went at mad times. I remember going into my junior school at the time at like 6, 7 a.m. And they gave us all, following on from what you were saying about that vest, they gave us all like hot dogs. And we all sat watching hot dogs in the school hall, watching Ronaldinho destroy us for 90 minutes. But, yeah, I mean, didn't end well in the quarters, but also it was kind of the start of the birth of the golden generation, I think. Like, you had Ashley Cole in there as well. I'm trying to think of somebody who was in there. Ferdinand, I think, went to that one. Yeah, so, yeah, really good early memories.
Good memories, that kid. I look at that red stripe and I just immediately think of Greece at Old Trafford. David Beckham stepping up for that free kick in the qualifier. In the playoff.
Yeah, played him on his own.
Oh, grabbed the game by the scruff of the neck, didn't he? And he won it for us essentially. And yeah, great kit. And arguably as well, probably I'd say, I mean, you've put it as your 4th in your top 5 of all time. I'd probably say that's in the top 5 of all time England kits. Probably number 1 actually.
Yeah, it's very iconic.
Literally,
it definitely bangs.
I love an Umbro England kit as well. I don't mind. I love Nike, you know this, but an Umbro England kit is something special.
Did you even love the Umbro tailored by Umbro England kit for 2010? Did you love that one?
Did you bring that up because I purposely said the tailored by England stuff was absolutely awful?
I liked it. I liked the away one, the red one, the South Africa one. Yeah, I liked it.
Less said about that World Cup, the better, mate.
Yeah, the sizing as well was all. It wasn't like small, medium, large, was it? It was like 38, 40, 42. Like,
I mean, what's that even?
Just being ironic for no reason. Yeah, I don't know. I'm a 40 in it though, so that's a bit of secret information for you. Pub quiz knowledge for when we blow up. No, it's quite fitted. I wasn't into the oversized fit back then. But where are we at now? Is it Boyce's number 4?
Yeah, so it's my number 4. So this shirt, that's not my 4.
What?
We'll go with it anyway.
That's not Sean's 4, and it's definitely not mine.
Yeah. Well, this shirt is obviously the Total 90 home one.
That's
Mate,
not
what
my
was
fault.
your number? What was your?
He's
fault?
denying
Just
it.
say- Okay, actually no. Let's run with it. Let's run with it for now. But we'll
He's
switch
seen
it.
it in HD and he's gone, oh, actually, no, I'm just going to deny this.
No, it's all right. No.
Is it the wrong way round with your number 3?
Yeah, I think so.
Is your
Doesn't
number
matter.
is your number 4 a purple one?
It might be.
Is it this one? Do
Yeah.
you want to do
Oh.
which one? You do them both. Talk us through this
I'll
one
do them
first.
both.
Yeah,
I'll do
talk us
them
through
both.
this one first.
So this shirt's purely for one player and one player only. Gabriel Batistuta.
Oh, what a player!
What a guy.
He made. I mean, the shirt itself is unbelievable. I love a little bit of a feeler shirt as well. Again, shirt sponsor, massive on this.
Yeah,
Vitally
agree.
important. And then, so back to number 4.
Back to number. Also, just quickly on this, have you seen the Lyle and Scott sweatshirt version of this that came out?
No.
I think Fenners wore it on Soccer M once. It's insane, mate. It's pretty much the same, but obviously without the feeler on. It's like a long sleeve sweatshirt. It's a good look, to be fair. Not as nice as the shirt, but
Before we come off this one, can I just give you a little fun fact?
what you got?
And this is a little segment I like to call Sean's Fun Facts. This shirt, when played in the Coppa Italia, Nintendo paid extra money to have a massive Mario printed underneath the Nintendo logo.
I think I remember that, Mario.
Yes, mate. And they went to wear it in the UEFA Champions League as well, but UEFA and FIFA being absolute cock blocks. They said, no, you're not doing that. It's enough that you got Nintendo as a sponsor.
So, last week I pissed the Premier League off, and now you're going after UEFA and FIFA.
I mean, they just stop all the fun, don't they? They stop all the fun. You just wanted to, living the dream of beating Liverpool at Anfield, and I just want to slag off
Call them
UEFA.
cock blocks live on YouTube.
Cock blocks. But yeah, no, they did. I'll put a picture up of it, and there's a massive Mario on the front of the shirt. And I tell you what, that shirt now goes for like silly money. Another little fun fact: that's probably the most faked replica on eBay right now. That shirt. So
Love
if
a
you're gonna
fake
buy
fact.
if you're gonna buy it, don't go on eBay to buy it.
Visit classicshirts.com.
There we go. Boom. Use
Boom.
PATV at the checkout. 10% off. How you like me now? Let's move on.
What's the code? Is it PATV or PATV 10?
Yeah, PATV, get 10% discount.
Oh, lovely stuff. So,
Bosh.
segueing back to this, what
Right,
we got, other
so-
than the fact that Portugal's shirt that year was slightly nicer.
This shirt is aesthetically pleasing. Like, it's an absolute thing of beauty.
Beautiful.
But this generation of players that played in the shirt is unbelievable. You've got Robin, you've got Van der Vaart, Van Nistelrooy, Schneider. Unbelievable. How have they never won anything?
Unbelievable. Did you have to stand
beyond
playing as
me.
well?
Wesley Sneijder. Wesley Sneijder is the least Dutch sounding name in the world, isn't it? He's never been Dutch,
Yeah.
he's German as.
I
don't know whether
Stan
Jaap
play in
Stam
this
played.
level?
I don't know, mate. Was he still about? I couldn't tell you, mate, to be honest.
2004. Maybe not. But
I think it might be a little bit late for him. He was getting on a bit by then, weren't he?
do you know what I love about this Nike template? And this isn't a Sean fun fact. This is just a fact. The numbers on the front were all in like a
Total
total
90.
90s circle. And
Yeah.
they did a number on these kits, Nike did, and they were all absolutely beautiful. All of them were. Yeah, marvellous. Great job, boy. Lovely stuff, mate.
Just to follow on what you were saying, Jaap Stam retired from international duty in 2004, so he may have been seen in it, may have not, who knows.
What player? What a player.
Well, I've lost count of that. So Boyd's just done
Sean's
4
number
and
3
he's
now.
3. But Sean's number 3.
Are we
Talk
ready
us
for
through
this?
this.
Oh, God. So, yeah, I mean, this Umbro, so those of us that age will know that Umbro in the 90s absolutely killed any other kit manufacturer and blew them completely out of the water. This design, this template, they used for every team wearing Umbro. I could only find these 3 images, but Inter Milan had it, Ajax had it, I think even at the time Lazio had it, and this year I recently bought the Everton one on eBay, and I paid I'm not going to mention how much I paid because the missus will be watching. I paid way too much for it, and it's by far the best football. This again could have been number one. It's the best football shirt I own, without a shadow of a doubt. It's just
You got it
iconic.
off. You got it off eBay and overpaid for it. But if you knew then what you knew now, you'd have gone to classicfootballshirts.com and entered code PATV at checkout.
The only reason I didn't do that, the only reason I didn't go to classicfootballshirts.com and enter PAV at checkout to get 10% off is because they didn't have it.
I mean, that's not great. That's not something to mention.
It's not, but they did. No, they just didn't have it because you know why they didn't have it? Because no one ever sells it.
Because they're such good value that everyone snaps them up as soon as they go on the website.
But yeah, no, classic template, boys. And like I say, anybody of a certain age will remember this template. And for me, I don't think there's ever been a better goalkeeping jersey as a template.
Oh, I've got one. I've got one in my top 5. So we can dispute that later. We can have a little argument.
You can dispute all you like, mate. You can dispute all you like, but this, for me, is the greatest goalkeeper shirt.
I'll be Gabriel Disputer. Yeah.
God. See what you did there.
Yeah.
Yeah. This bangers, absolute bangers, and I'd be lying if I said I didn't sleep in it the first night I got it. But let's move on from that very quickly.
Is it that weird thick material that looks like a proper old school thick goalkeeping jersey? Can't imagine if they come to sleep.
It's super thick, mate. Oh no, it's pushed there, but it's like super, like it's like quilted. It's like, you know, toilet. You know, like really expensive toilet tissue. Like, what's it called?
What's it called? Compare number 3 in your countdown to expensive toilet bowl.
I'm not going to name the brand because, you know, other brands are available. But you know that, like, it rhymes with Michelle. Yeah.
Michelle.
Yeah. It's that. And it's like bezeled paper and it's fantastic. And the sleeves have even got like really big cushions. And the collar comes up to here. It's just
like wearing a sofa.
It's glorious. Yeah. Glorious.
Well, speaking of glorious, number 3, rounding off this round, I've gone with this. Again, first memories of getting into football, and the thing that screams out of me here is I just see Van Nistelrooy in this. Just absolutely. I mean, Henry was doing bits in the Arsenal 02 one as well, which gets an honourable mention. Their away kit was nice, that blue one, but
100%.
Van Nistelrooy did things in this. In fact, against Fulham, which obviously I didn't like at the time, but I can appreciate it now. I remember this goal, and he picked up the ball on the halfway line and literally ghosted in and out of 5-6 players. And then that trademark Van Nistelrooy finish across the keeper. And it's Van der Sar in goal as well, like ridiculous goal. Coupled with that, you've got the fact that Beckham wore it first half of the season. And if I'm not mistaken, Cristiano Ronaldo come in January and wore it second half of the season. I mean, what can you say to that?
What can you say? You can't say much,
What can you say? No, you can't say nothing. Diego Forlan were there as well. I mean, he didn't do anything, but I did love him at the time. Anyone with long blonde hair, I was all over. That sounded very different in my head.
I mean, I'm here for it, mate. I am genuinely here for it because when I look at this kit, all I can see is the number 7. I don't, whether it's Ronaldo or Bex, I can only see the number 7, which is weird when that happens. Yeah, again the long sleeves because it made the shirt. And again, Vodafone. Growing up, Man United for me were always synonymous with sharp. I don't know about you, boy. You're a similar age, but it was always sharp for me. But Vodafone is essentially now, for me, United's main sponsor. I know they've not been sponsored by them for about 10, 15 years. Well, 2003 was this the last one?
No, there was one. There was, one more after this. I think it was kind of red with white trim rather than black. 2005-6, I think
it was. You sure it wasn't AIG?
No, I promise you, it was Vodafone. There was one more because the away kit was that horrible white one, and the Vodafone logo was in red.
Yes, no, you're right. The Rooney kit, the Rooney number 8 kit. I remember it. Yeah, that was the Total Knights template, if I believe. I believe
that was it.
No, great shout, mate. That.
Yeah.
Lovely kit.
So,
right
now we're
into the 2 then now.
Oh, we've done your number 3, haven't we?
Yeah, so we'll go back round to you as we skipped.
Okay. Are we ready, boys?
Oh,
come on, England! Look at this. So, this is a shirt which has eluded me most of my adult life of collecting football shirts. I've never been able to get hold of one for anything under 150 quid. It's a beautiful kit. It reminds me of, funnily enough, it reminds me of Ronaldo, but he didn't sign for him until 2 seasons after this. Into 1997, I think he signed. But this kit, they had a really poor season in this year as well. I think they finished 7th in Serie A. I think they got knocked out in the opening round of the UEFA Cup. And I think they got to like the quarters of the Coppa Italia. But beautiful away shirt. Again, Umbro in the 90s, absolutely dominating. I mean, Nike could release this now for Inter, and it would bang, wouldn't it? It would absolutely slap all over the shop.
It's a very good balance of, there's a very basic feel to it, but then also a very jazzy feel to it. Like, it's not too much. If that was full print across the whole shirt, it might be a bit too much going on. Whereas that's the perfect combination, like I say. And I know with Bang 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 the drum, but sponsors making shirts, is there a more iconic one than Pirelli on Inter? I mean,
many.
You'd be brave to argue.
And I'm sad to say that this year's Inter kits are the last ones that are going to have Pirelli on, aren't they? Because they've.
Is that true?
Have they gone to?
They've gone to I'm assuming like a Chinese betting company, assuming that. Pirelli have officially announced last week that they'll no longer be sponsoring Inter. And another bit of sad news as well, boys, and this one hit me hard because I love Inter Milan. Their badge is changing as of March. This month is changing officially to their new logo, which I'll put up now.
I hate to hear that.
Yeah, it's awful, boys, because Inter for me is Pirelli, black and white stripes, Umbro or a Nike tip. Look at the same with black and blue, gold trim, Newcastle United. But yeah, no, synonymous. I'm devoed. But yeah, what an awakening! What an awakening!
Sean, speaking of Sean's fun facts, do you know off the top of your head? You may not. I'm just saying that's 1995 with Pirelli. How long have they been with Pirelli? It's got to have been.
Yeah, so the first year they joined Pirelli, I think, was 1993. I'm sure you got Wikipedia up there. I'm sure it's 1993. Yeah, I'm sure it's 1993 was their first season, and before that, I can see the logo, and it was a diagonal gold logo, and I can't. It began with Q. I'm sure it did. I can't think, but yeah,
in fact, I've just looked. That's the first Pirelli shirt, mate. 1995 they started.
There we go.
So almost 30 years.
Yeah. I mean, is that the longest sponsorship in football?
There'll probably be some South American team that have had one since there's always some weird stats from South American football, isn't there? But I wouldn't know off the top of my head. I
know Ajax had Abner Ambro for a long time, didn't they? Diagonally down, like vertically down the shirt, which was an iconic shirt. I'm hoping one of you boys have pushed an Ajax shirt in. If not, I want to know why. I say that like I don't already know.
Well, yeah, you've already seen
about
them.
It.
What are you saying, boy? Do you want to go with your two, or do you want me to go in?
No, you go with your two, mate.
Okay, well, I've bent the rules a bit here. Because, in fact, you've already bent these rules, Sean, with your choice. It kind of had various different ones, but not one particular one of these kits is like, well, they're all nice, but none of them stand out alone. But as a collection, I think this is arguably one of the greatest selections, home, away, and keeper kit there's ever been.
Are you buying some time?
Am I what?
Are you buying some time? Why we're not seeing the kit? Are you building it up before
I'm building the suspense? No, here it is. Less than 1997, 98. I just think the template's bang on. Again, the logo's bang on. The sponsor, sorry. And that goalkeeper kit, I would argue, pushes that Everton one.
Ooh.
I'm sorry, but I don't think we can allow Fox Leisure, a brand which is basically made in a factory on Abbey Road, which fits about 50 people in it. No, it's a lovely kit. It's a lovely goalkeeper kit, and again, the sponsor makes the shirt, makes that era, and even to this day now, I still see Walkers and think of Leicester City kits. I don't know about you boys, but I still do. Might be my age, like you say, but no, I'm sorry, mate. That goalkeeper kit comes nowhere near that Umbro.
I just feel like I just feel like it's just simple perfection from the home and away. Like it's the exact same template. They've not done anything too fancy, just kept them colours and it looks perfect. And that keeper kit, I'm here for it, mate. I think I actually had it as a kid. But I mean, I feel like at the minute, I'll make suggestions every week and either one of you or boy just didn't even justify it. They just shut me down with a knife and I have one thing to say to them. Bog off. Bog off.
Bog off. But is that what, buy one, get one free?
No, pal, it's not. It's bog off.
It's not. Bog off.
No, but yeah, that keeper kit. I mean, if to be fair, if someone can find that keeper kit for sale now in the next sale, send it my way because I'll probably get it just for the nostalgia.
I think I know where you might be able to get it.
I was literally, you took it out of there. I was going to say...
ClassicFootballShirts.com.
Oh, really? I'll check them out.
Did you know that if you do PATV in the checkout, you get 10% off that purchase as well?
We've got to stop this now. We've got to behave. We've had our fun.
PATV.
Moving swiftly on.
Before we do move on, can I just say the third, do you know what's coming?
Oh, I thought you were going to say before we move on, if you're liking the content, just hit like, share, and subscribe. Head over to our Instagram at PlayingAwayTV and send it to all of your friends. Jazz hands.
Boom. You forgot that if you're new around here. But yeah, I wasn't going to do that, but mate, you just segued into it perfect. I love that. Going back to them Leicester kits, there was a third version as well, which I believe was a teal and navy half and half kit. And I'll try and source it and put it on there. But that was nice as well. I'm sure the Leicester fans watching will correct me. But if I am wrong, call me out, boys. Call me out. Comment. Send me DMs. Abuse me. Send me death threats in the post. Whatever you want to do. Just do what you gotta do. Yeah.
Things have escalated rather quickly.
Right.
Speaking of sending people abuse in the DMs, this guy's gone for this.
Now, okay, so this is classic for me because when you win a Champions League final from 3-0 down, the shirt is remembered. And this is the shirt we did it in. It's a Reebok. It's just delightful, isn't it? Carlsberg, great sponsor.
It's not even the best Carlsberg shirt, mate.
Just embrace it, mate. Embrace it. Look at it.
I mean, it's a delightful shirt, and again, the sponsor makes Liverpool for me. Carlsberg is Liverpool's sponsor.
It's got to be the 06 one, the Adidas, the Torres long sleeve one.
No, that was 07, mate.
Was it that one?
Yeah.
You're gonna have a Carlsberg.
Growing up,
I get your
Reebok.
We lost the Champions League final in that, so you know.
Fair play.
Growing up for me, Reebok was the ones. Like I know early on it was Adidas, but I remember Liverpool being Reebok, one of the first Reebok teams. Them and Bolton were the only ones I know, probably the world, that wore Reebok. But yeah,
Reebok and Carlsberg.
That all I see in that shirt is Steven Gerrard with a number 2 all over, and was he 17 at the time as well on his shirt, number 17? Is that right?
This one he was number 8, but
had he just changed?
2002 is 17.
Oh, I might be getting. Were they still Reebok in 2002?
Yeah.
Oh, I might be getting mixed up then. Ignore me. I'll let you talk about Liverpool.
Do you know who I see in this kit? Milan Barros.
Yeah.
Milan Barros. Luis Garcia. Was he in that? Yeah, it was that era, wasn't it?
All I see when I see this kit at first glance is Steven Gerrard's absolute wallop of a foot strike against Olympiacos to send us through. Got chills just thinking about it.
I mean, can I just throw it out there and just kind of like piss on your bonfire a little bit there, boys? But I knew
we weren't going to get through without this.
I just wanted to say that, yeah, fantastic kit. Great final, great accolade to come 3-0 down against an Italian team in the Champions League. But can we just add in there that the following season, a lot of Italian clubs got done for match fixing, including Juventus. Including Juventus, who got relegated to Serie B or Serie C because they got done. So, I mean, yeah, great accolade. We won't take it away from them. But can we just say that a lot of Italian clubs were dodgy around this era?
He couldn't let it go, could he, boy?
We did beat Juventus as well on the way to winning it.
I mean, it's just too coincidental, isn't it? But yeah, I'm not taking it away from you, mate. 6 times, 6 times.
Just a conspiracist, isn't he?
He is. He loves it. He
Tim
loves it.
Farry
He
in the
does
comments.
it on purpose.
I can't
He's got
wait
a
to
little
see
notepad.
Tim's comments on this. Actually, to be fair, he's gonna go wild, isn't he?
He'll be all
Oh, he's
over
gonna
that. He'll love it.
He's going to love it.
Speaking
Shout
of,
out Tim.
go on.
No,
I
I
was
was going to
just-
shout
no,
out Tim Fay in the comments every week.
He loves it. What a guy. Arguably our first number one fan, I'd say.
Super
I
fan, isn't he?
mean, he
Super
is
fan.
the super fan, isn't he? He's the one from day one. He is our day one, I think. Yeah.
So I've lost me transition now. I was going to say, speaking of going wild, let's talk about this coming in at number one.
Ooh.
Yeah,
I mean-
the 2002 Nike template, I think anyone watching this, if you're into kits and you love a kit, I don't think you could name me a better time or a better template from one brand. I mean, they dominated that World Cup. I know Adidas had a few that World Cup as well, and they had a very nice template. But this, for me, it's another kit that has gotten away from me for many years. And this actually, you can get on classicfootballshirts.com, and I will
Is
be
it on
doing
there?
it. It's on there.
You won't be able to get it by the time this video comes out because Sean will have it.
Everyone, but he's going to buy it just because I've absolutely smashed him on the Champions League theory. He's just going to buy it and burn it and send me a video. They're selling it for double the price. A great World Cup, my most favourite World Cup as well. A great team. They just completely went there and beat some absolute big guns. They beat Spain, didn't they? Beat Ireland. Who else did they beat in that tournament?
It's a thing,
got
isn't it?
result
When a country hosts a World Cup, they just suddenly turn into a top 10 team, no matter who they are, where they're from. I dare say, if San Marino somehow got a World Cup, you would see them in the knockout stages because it's just the way it goes.
Yeah,
Their team wasn't even great, was it? To be fair, but they were incredible. They become everyone's favourite team at that World Cup.
Literally,
Yeah,
they did, and they filled out every stadium, didn't they? Because they were giving tickets for free just to fill it out, and they gave away red these like the similar colour to this, but like a salmon t-shirt. And them shirts now again go online for silly money. But what an absolute iconic kit for me. It's my number one because it's for me the greatest kit of all time. And the detailing,
that's the idea of the program.
Yeah, it is. It's just that for me, it's my greatest kit of all time. The detailing on this as well. It's the first time Nike ever used or utilized the vapor streams in any kind of kit. And I'm going full blown geek on it here, but yeah, absolute marvelous kit. I loved it. And also shout out to the go on.
I was going to say, if you love it so much,
it's
your number one. Oh, we're going to keep just shouting over each other every week, I swear.
There's a delay, mate. There's a slight delay, and I don't know how to stop that. But while I'm talking, the template name set for all the Nike kits at this World Cup was magnificent as well. Do you remember it?
Well, the Brazil one?
All of the Nike,
on the back
name sets. Yeah,
sorry,
all of the number and the number and the lettering fonts is amazing. I'll put a picture up as well. It's unreal.
If you love this shirt so much, I think you should go on your phone right now and copy it. You should surely own your number one shirt.
Like I said, I'm gonna copy it. I will copy it, and now it's on classicshirts.com. I'm gonna get 10% off.
And speaking of owning your number one choice,
yeah,
what a cop this was.
Yeah, who
let's get into this.
Who found you this?
May have been Sean Fay.
Yeah, that's right.
Do you know what? Actually, right. I think I actually not even plugging. I think I bought this from Classic Football Shirts in the long sleeve. Booba Diop. Big Papa Booba Diop on the back. R.I.P. What a player. And to branch off from that as well, Steve Malbranc, Luis Boamorte, Luis Saha. What a selection of Fulham players there. You'd say arguably one of our best eras in modern times, anyway.
This was this was your first season in the Premier League, I believe. Is that right?
Nah.
Second?
Not quite. It was the second. No. We had the what was the one we had before we come up? I'm getting mixed up now. I think this would have been the second or the third. I'm trying to remember if Pizza Hut. I think Pizza Hut came just after this one. We had the Pipex maybe came after this, and Pizza Hut was just before. But no, yeah, it definitely wasn't the first season up, but it was a good
It's a great
season.
shout for number one.
Andy Cole was top scorer. It's the shirt that got me into Fulham, to be fair. I seen this shirt in a shop and copped it, and I was like, that's what I'm following. And little did I know that Van Nistelrooy would score an absolute screamer against us. And then, yeah, it was a journey of mostly downs, but a few ups as well. So
I'm glad
Yeah, I
you
had
put
to
this
put
in because this probably would have gone in mine as well. To be fair, I rated that highly. I've said this to you many times. I do rate it.
it's a great looking shirt. The only thing that lets it down is what it's made out of. It's a very weird, non-stretchy material, but I mean, you can allow it that with the black sleeve and like the red trim. Just everything's just working for me on it. So yeah, I was very happy when I had it in like. Do you remember when shirts used to be in like large boys sizes?
Yeah.
I've got it in a large boys, but obviously I weren't squeezing into that anymore, so I was buzzing when it come up, especially in the long sleeves. So yeah, but yeah, that's my number
What's your
one.
verdict on it, boy? Boy, what are you saying?
I think it's a classic, mate, to be fair. When I think of Fulham from the early noughties, or mid-noughties, should I say, this is the shirt you do think of.
Definitely.
Lewis Sahar springs to mind as probably the best player that they had in this shirt, I'd have thought. But yeah, it is a classic.
Steve Malbrank for me, he just comes to mind with it. So I don't know why. He was such a
Terrorised.
great player, wasn't he?
Do you know what? He only stopped playing in the last few years. Like he feels like he's been around forever and ever and ever, doesn't he?
Did Thomas Radzinski wear this as well?
Yeah, Thomas Radzinski was in there. I think that night, Volts.
Simon Davis.
No, maybe just before Simon Davis, but Davis was towards the end of the noughties. But
what was it?
Yeah. You had like Collins John in it. Would Saba have been in it as well? I think it was Saba and Saha up top with his little
Toro,
mask.
the Toro mask.
Was Tigner your manager at this point?
Yeah, Jean Tigana.
Yeah.
Sorry for the botched French accent. I instantly regretted that.
I thought it was. I didn't think it was that bad, mate. It was alright.
Jean Tigana. Right. So then
not too offensive.
We're down to one. We've whittled it down to just the one.
This is going to be open. This is going to be a good boy, Ted. To be fair, you built it up. Let's
go. It's a classic. Obviously, so Liverpool won the league. Obviously, when I was born, Liverpool won the league in this shirt that year. Obviously, I don't remember it.
Remember it
Kenny
well.
Dalglish's manager. But the shirt in itself is just a classic. Candy is the sponsor. Great sponsor. But yeah, just the shirt itself is beautiful.
It's a very nice shirt.
It's a shirt before its time, really, because the 90s were kind of synonymous with a textured, like a pattern background, weren't they? And this in the 80s would have probably blew a lot of people's minds because it was really rare. It was really rare to see. I don't think in the 80s it was very popular.
No.
I think the Adidas Originals look so good on it as well, doesn't it? Like, It's a shame. They don't do Adidas Original football shirts anymore, do they? Such a great little.
You can buy the replicas of them now, can't you? I think there's a Holland one that you can buy, and you can buy this one off JD Sports. I think.
Oh, that's true.
The symbol, the Adidas Essential symbol, the trefoil, I believe it's called.
The trefoil. Yeah, that is true.
Vintage, mate. If they ever, I imagine they're not with Adidas anymore, are they? But if they were, they'd re-release this, and it would absolutely go mad.
Yeah, it would fly off.
I'm surprised they've not done one that was like a similar, like a tribute kit kind of thing, like one season where it's based on the.
Well, I think it was it Warrior? They did a sort of one. It was different. I can't remember what it looked like now, but it was same sort of pattern. I think it was Warrior. It was more like of a glimmer on the shirt.
Less said about Warrior shirts, the better. That was not a good time, was it? Who's your favourite signing from the Warrior era?
Do you know what? I can't even remember any of the side from that sort of era. I sort of blanked it out, to be honest. Daniel Sturridge, though. Daniel Sturridge or Coutinho, I think.
Oh, was Coutinho? Oh, okay, yeah, that's fair.
Coutinho was signed in the
You nearly
Warrior.
won the league. You nearly won the league in the Warrior kit, didn't you?
Yeah.
Oh, the infamous
They
slip.
they got bought out, by New Balance.
New Balance. Yeah, that's why we.
New Balance never signed a deal with Liverpool. They just inherited Warrior, and Warrior had a deal with Liverpool, which was existing. So it was mad.
Yeah.
You're full of fun facts today.
To be fair to them, Warrior made some
kit.
decent kits. To be fair to them.
Yeah, they did. They did
That,
right. I mean, for Liverpool.
That brings us to the end anyway. We've rattled through that countdown. I thought we'd argue for longer about that, but...
Well, I mean, I think we need, respectfully, to give a little segment, and I'll add it on to the kits that didn't make it, the nearly kits, the ones that people shouted out, and I think they're just too special to leave out. So I'm going to do a little segment from this point on, just to give honour to one more than anything. I think we can't begrudge him that, can we? We can't begrudge him a little 2-minute.
What are you thinking? Like segment. Just a quick fire, flash them all up.
Yeah, I'm gonna put them on right now. And just like that, I think that transition went quite well, because what you would have done, you would have just watched the little clip of shirts which didn't make it into the top fives, but we've not seen them. So by the magic of technology, I've added them in. I think they were already good.
You're backing yourself on the technological front. You better hope you pull through now.
We're getting good, boys. We're getting there. We're looking half decent. We're getting there.
Right, with that being said,
yeah.
I think I'm going to go get myself some toast.
Some toast? Boy, what are you up to tonight, mate? You going to watch the game?
Going to catch the second half of the game, yeah.
Oh, you only missed that half hour.
Yeah.
Right.
If you've made it this far, boys, like the episode, subscribe if you haven't already. Again,
send it to a friend.
Big thank you to everyone who's followed us on the Instagram. Like I said, we've got to 1,000 followers now. Absolutely fantastic. We really appreciate it. And if you fancy yourself getting any of the shirts mentioned in today's episode, get yourself to where do we get? What do you have to do?
Get over to classicfootballshirts.com. And what's the code, boy? I can't.
I'm sure it's what is it now? PATV. That's the one.
Papa Alpha TV. Bosh. It's been a pleasure. Another episode in the camp. 10% off. Use that code. But yeah.
Also, we're gonna put a little check out our Instagram story we haven't got a topic for next week's episode yet, so we'll brainstorm a couple of options, put it on there, and we'll let you vote, and then we'll keep the fans happy. So look out for that.
Can't wait. I can't wait, boys. I'm just ready for it already. See you later.
See ya.